everyone, and annyeonghaseyo to all my K-pop peeps out there. My name is Denise, and welcome back to another episode of my podcast called That K-Pop Talk, where I go over the latest and greatest in news and reviews of Korean popular music. Please click like, share, and subscribe to my podcast channel. And if you want to support, there's a link for that too. It's in my description box. So sit back and relax. Don't forget to get your soju, your sake, whatever it is you want to drink, because K-pop news is starting right now. Welcome back to That K-Pop Talk. My name is Denise, and as you guys know, this is K-pop news, and we're talking about Coachella. Coachella! Okay, so let me tell you about Coachella. Coachella is going to be on the 14th, 15th, and 16th, which is this weekend coming up. And then the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, which is the next weekend, right? We have 4 K-pop artists or Korean-based artists that are performing. Those artists are as follows. The first one is Loren. Now, for those of you who do not know Loren, I introduced you to him on my podcast about 2 weeks ago. He was part of my K-Release and K-Vibes. He reminds me of Nirvana, Green Day. He recently just released the song Panic, which I'm going to go over later. Beautiful artist. You guys, if you're into like that K-rock, K-indie vibe, he's the one to go see. Now, I will tell you this. He was announced later in the game, April 8th, and they only said one date, the 16th. They did not say he would be there on the 23rd. So if I were you, I would try to be there on the 16th to see him. So I'm just going to put that out there, okay? If he's there on the 23rd, I don't know about it, so I'm stressing he's only going to be on the 16th because that's the date that they gave. Okay, the second artist is Jackson Wang. Now, Jackson and the rest of these artists I'm mentioning, they will be there both weekends. So congratulations to Jackson. He will be there that Sunday, right? Also performing on that Sunday is DPR Live and DPRN. They're going to be there. So I didn't know about them until like today. And I was like, how did I miss them? But they're going to be there as well. And last but not least, your girls Blackpink will be there on the Sunday, headlining Coachella, making history as the first female K-pop artist headlining Coachella. I am so happy and so proud for them. Congratulations, Blackpink. And speaking of performing at Coachella, Billboard interviewed them, and this is what they said. So Jennie said that she had the best time performing in 2019, and she can't wait to experience the energy of the audience again. And Rose said that it was unreal for her, and she's motivated to dream on and dream big. And that was a message to us, to dream on and dream big. Jisoo said that 2019 Coachella was full of fascination and excitement, but have no clue how 2023 Coachella would be. Now, we all know Jisoo is like the Suga of BTS. Like, Jisoo's a more laid back one. She has little facial expressions. That's just how she is. So it doesn't surprise me she said something like that. And then Lisa said, enjoy every stage and moment as if it's the last. So she's excited to be there because, you know, they as a group said that, you know, they were, you know, so excited to be there because the people that they admire, that they look up to, you know, had the opportunity to perform there. And some of the artists that they like, especially the American artists, they just are overjoyed to be sharing that stage that they once had, you know, the other artists once had that they looked up to. Speaking of Blackpink, the milestones that they set on YouTube came in like dominoes. One after the other just kept coming in this past week. And I'm just like, wow, every time I turn around, there's a new milestone that was set by them. Okay, so they set 5 YouTube milestones. Those 5 are 100 million for Jisoo Flower, 100 million Rose for her video On the Ground, her dance performance music video, right? And then 400 million for the group's music video to Shut Down, 800 million for Lisa's music video to Money, and a whopping 1.2 billion, not million, but billion YouTube views for How You Like That. How you like that? How you like that? Don't laugh at me, y'all. I'm not even trying to sing for real, but that song right there got 1.2 billion. Let that sink in. And I just want to go back to the 100 million for Flower by Jisoo. She got that 100 million in less than a week. Let that sink in. Like, the girl bad. Let that sink in. Bad in a good way, that is. And also, Flower became the biggest debut song by a K-pop artist on Spotify's weekly global chart so far in 2023. So Blackpink is just having a phenomenal week. So congratulations. Okay, moving on, you guys. Oh, the big news I want to tell you guys about. Blackpink is doing an encore performance in North Korea. I mean, not North Korea. Sorry, North America. North America, we're getting Blackpink back again in concert. The tickets are going on sale. Pre-sale registration starts now. If you guys have not done it, go do it now. Because let me tell you, the Blinkers, the fan club, the Blinkers, they already on it. They got their Weverse. They got the Weverse app. I'm telling y'all, get the Weverse app. They got the Weverse app, and they probably already pre-registered. It's going to be another Sugar situation. Y'all don't get on it. Y'all know about what happened to Suga. You know, Suga, because I'm a fan. I'm in that fan club. I couldn't even get a ticket because it sold out just that fast. So you guys, if you want to see Blackpink in North America, I suggest you get on that Weverse app and register now. Okay? Just want to let you guys know about that. But yes, that is the big bombshell that I forgot to tell you about. I'm telling y'all now. Blackpink is coming back to North America for their encore tour. Okay, moving on. Comebacks, and there are 4 of them that I want to talk about. 17, F My Life. And yes, it does mean F My Life. That's what FML means. And that's the title of their 10th mini album called FML. Now, 17 released a teaser called F My Life, Life in a Moment. And it was a teaser video about being free and discovering everything in the world and taking up new things and just exploring, you know, just being free as a person. And I was thinking to myself, does F My Life mean I'm about to go into the military and F my life because I'm just now seeing all this stuff? Like, because you guys realize 17 is, you know, they are coming into an age where they are very well known throughout the world. They are at the height of their success right now. And they are very popular and they're just at the height of their careers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are like very much elevated right now in their careers. And now this is the last year that all 13 of them will be together before they start trickling in the military like BTS. So is that why they named it F My Life? Like, F My Life, now, you know, we're achieving all this success. We got to start going into the military? Or is it just the name of the album, F My Life? Because F My Life is not F My Life in a good way. F My Life is always, you know, equated with something negative. So it'll be interesting to see or hear what their lyrics are when the track list comes out, because I haven't seen the track list yet. I do know that they started their photo concepts, of course, and the photo concepts have their individual pictures, and now I'm starting to see their pictures, you know, as a group. So it's going to be interesting to see what the rest of those concepts are and the rest of their teasers, you know, their video teasers. But their 10th mini album drops on April 24th. Okay, the second comeback would be Les Seraphim. Now, the name of their album is Unforgiven. Their promotion started on April the 10th. They have started putting out photo concepts, which I'll talk about in just a moment. Their track list will come out on the 18th, and the full music video and album will be out on May 1st. Now, their photo concept themes are very interesting because they have 3 so far. I saw the hashtags. They got the Bloody Rose theme, the Dewy Sage theme, and the Dusty Amber, which they're currently in. That theme they're currently in. Now, the Bloody Rose theme, it was like a dark spiritual theme. Like they had the girls dressed up as angels. Some of the angel wings caught on fire. They had bow and arrows. It was just very interesting. And then in her Dewy Sage theme, I was trying to understand that one because the girls were dressed up in like different sports themes. Like one girl who does ballet, because I remember her from Anti-Fragile, she's a ballerina. She had her ballet shoes on, and then one girl was in a football outfit, and then the other girl looked like she was running track. It was different things like that. And then they had them laughing. Then they had, you know, them looking serious. So that was their Dewy Sage stage. And now Dusty Amber is cowboy thing. So I'm sort of confused because none of those themes connect to the other thing. So the only thing I could think of is maybe each one of their songs is based upon those themes. So we'll see. I haven't, and I don't know how that ties into unforgiving. Like, what are you not forgiving? So it's going to be interesting to see when their album drops what connection this has to those songs that they will be dropping in the music video. Okay, so their album drops on, like I said, May 1st. So congratulations to Les Seraphim. I can't wait to see your album and music video when it drops. Okay, the next one is Extraordinary Heroes. They're working on their 3rd mini album. It's called Deadlock. And I love the visuals that I'm seeing from this upcoming album coming out. It is sort of like a game, you know, like it has a chain, the lock, the vibrant colors of pink, green, and blue, like a blue-green. Just beautiful. I mean, if you guys go look on Extraordinary Heroes Instagram, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, from the photo cards to the collectors CDs that they're putting out. Is just very beautiful. Like their packaging is gorgeous. I will say it about that. And then their first title track is called Freaking Bad. They have released the track list 5 days ago, and Freaking Bad is number 4 on that track list. And just like I said, the visuals are just gorgeous. I like it. I really like the way they packaged everything. So there's that comeback. And last but not least, Taeyang. You heard me right. Taeyang, his EP album Down to Earth is set to drop on April 25th. There is a rumor that him and Lisa are going to collab, or Lisa being featured on one of his songs. And I'm looking forward to it. You know, his last collab wasn't so shabby. That's the one with Jimin, Vlive. Remember that one? So he is signed to the Black label. And so far, everyone the Black label has put out, I like. Loren is on the Black label. So congratulations to the Black label for putting out these beautiful artists. Okay, so yeah, so Taeyang is having a comeback as well. So those are your comebacks. Moving on. Okay, I'm going to do a couple collabs, a couple brand deals that I'm going to mention. G-Dragon. Now, you know G-Dragon had just come out last week with his collab with Nike through his Quando sportswear line, through his company, parent company that he put together called Peace Minus One, right? So now he's partnered with Tiger Beer. He has a beer. So congratulations. And the ad is so cool, you guys. I don't know if you guys seen the ad, but he is in this ad. You see his face in this picture, and then you see the beer, and then you see the smoke behind the beer. And the ad is still, but the smoke isn't. It's like a 3D type ad. It's so cool. So congratulations, G-Dragon. But Jay Park, your boy Jay, I didn't know he had his own soju. That's major. He has his own soju that he started selling in South Korea last February 2022. And last week, he launched this campaign brand deal with Diesel. And he has also cleared all rights, certificates, licenses, whatever he needed to bring it to the United States. So Won, W-O-N, Won Soju is coming to the U.S. Now, what makes his soju so special, you should say? Well, it's not your typical soju. So I'm going to explain to you what that means. Okay, so regular soju is made with sugar and it's diluted in alcohol. And you can have these different flavors like apple, peach, strawberry, because that's that sugar, natural. It says natural flavors, but it's really sugar enhanced and diluted alcohol to give a sort of a spike, right? Well, his soju is more natural, more pure, right? His soju is made only with Korean rice, and it has a reduced distillation method that makes the taste softer and purer and more clean. It doesn't have all that sugar and all that alcohol in there. So that's going to be something that I am waiting to taste, and I can't wait till he brings it here to the United States. So he made that announcement last week. I am here for it. I can't wait. So you guys in the United States, be looking out for Won Soju. And you guys over in the Eastern Hemisphere, if you guys have not had your Won Soju from Jay Park, go get it. And I'm happy. I'm happy for Jay Park. This is a collab that I did not see coming, especially with Diesel. But it's here. So congratulations to Jay Park. And that concludes your K-pop news. Stay tuned because BTS news is next. Welcome back to that K-pop talk. It is time for BTS news. And let me tell you, everybody is asking, where is Jungkook? Where is Jungkook? Where is Jeonjungkook? Where is Cookie? Where is he at? He's here in LA. He is here, you guys. And all the social media outlets have been talking about this one because people are trying to figure out what JK is working on. Okay, so here's what we do know. Last week, Dispatch showed on the video where Jungkook, Cookie, left South Korea and he was headed to LA. Didn't say where he was headed, but we all knew he was headed to LA because whenever one of BTS members leaves to go film or go record abroad, it's always in LA. So we knew, or not LA, but United States. We knew he was coming here, right? I didn't know where in the United States, but we knew he was coming here. So then we have pictures that surfaced, right? Of Hitman Bong, of Scooter Braun, of Circuit, and of Watt, right? Now, I'm going to explain who they are in just a minute. But because we know Scooter Braun, it could have been anywhere because Scooter Braun could be in Atlanta. He could have been in New York. He could have been in LA. We don't know where, they could have been at then, right? Especially with Circuit and Watt because they're producers and songwriters. So they can be anywhere as well, right? So we still didn't know where JK was at. But then another picture surfaced, and that picture was with Aiden Ju. Aiden Ju is LA based. He is signed with 5A label, and so is Justin Park because Justin Park had mentioned congratulations. So we know now for certain that Jungkook is in Los Angeles. That we can confirm based upon what we had seen and what pictures that we had seen, right? Okay, So here are the key players. We have Andrew Wattman, known as Andrew Watt, which is his Instagram is This Is Watt, just in case you guys want to know. He is professionally known as a producer, singer, songwriter. Okay. And then we have Circuit. Now, Circuit is a Canadian record producer and songwriter. Now, everyone is saying, you know, it's a collab of JK and Justin Bieber. We hope that it's the collab of JK and Justin Bieber because look, here's Scoot and Brian. That's Justin Bieber's manager. Look, here are Justin Bieber's producers. That does not, just hear me out, that does not mean it's Justin Bieber, you guys. It doesn't mean that he's collabing with Justin Bieber. And the reason why I'm saying this is Scooter Braun, yes, he is Justin Bieber's manager, right? But Scooter Braun manages more than just Justin Bieber. He is now CEO of Hive America. So he has a lot more responsibility than Justin Bieber. He acquired QC Holdings, Quality Holdings in Atlanta. Those are rappers over there. So he has more artists in the wheelhouse. Remember, he's Ariana Grande, the Kid Laroi. He has more than just Justin Bieber. And when it comes to these producers, they produce more than Justin Bieber. And I'm going to give you an example. 2 examples, one for each. So Andrew Watt, he has produced for Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, Ozzy Osbourne, Pearl Jam, and Iggy Pop. It's not just Justin Bieber. And Circuit, he really is on a roll. So let me tell you who Circuit producing has co-written for. Rihanna, Pitbull, Katy Perry, Adam Lambert, Britney Spears, Nicki Minaj, Sierra, Kesha, The Weeknd, Neo, will.i.am, Ava Max. The list goes on and on and on for both of them. I'm just giving you who I personally know. Not, personally, but who I know just from the name. He could be working with anyone right now, or he could just be working on his own stuff with no one on it. We don't know. We can assume, but we don't know because we have yet to see Justin Bieber work on something in the studio. Right? Okay. Because, you can record anywhere. I remember when BTS was on the road, they said they were recording in their hotel room. So you can record anywhere to make music. Okay. Just remember that, you guys. So just because it's Scooter Braun does not mean he's working with Justin Bieber. I know that's what you guys want to see and hear, but let's just keep, our minds open because we don't know. And also because he was taking a picture, he was seen taking a picture with Aiden Jew, he could be collabing with him, right? And because Justin Park did say, congratulations. So let's talk about that. So Justin said, proud of you, Aiden Jew, right? So that could mean that because Aiden is working on his album as well. He is working on the album. So did he land? Because he is Korean American. So did he land your boy JK as a feature on his track? Or did JK bring him in to be a feature on his track? So in other words, one or two things will probably end up happening. Either JK is going to be featured on Aiden Jew's track for his upcoming album, or the album that JK is working on, Aiden Jew will be featured on JK's album. Either way it goes, I think they're working together in some capacity. That's who I think he's working with, not Justin Bieber. That's my opinion. That's how I see it based upon what I am seeing, right? What I'm reading and what I'm seeing. So I believe that the label 5A is working in conjunction with Scooter Braun and, Justin Bieber. Not Justin Bieber. Y'all got me saying Justin Bieber now. That he's working with 5A's people is working with Hitman Bang and Scooter Braun and with Hive America and collabing with something. So that's what I personally think. I think it's Aiden Ju and JK, not Justin Bieber and JK. That's me. But if I'm right, this podcast is going to go down in history as the woman on that K-pop talk did say that it was Aiden Ju and JK, not Justin Bieber and JK. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, I'm right. Okay. Also, I just want to talk about so we'll see. We'll keep our eyes and ears open for JK, and hopefully he's also enjoying his stay in LA as well. You know, it's not just all work, that he can go ahead and enjoy himself as well. But something else I want to talk about with JK, Jungkook. Okay, he recently had a video that went viral because he blended two different type of ramens together and made a dish, and he named it what did he name it? Let me look. Buguri. That's what he named it. And the dish was, he mixed hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, Budak spicy chicken ramen with Neoguri ramen, right? And he named it Buguri. Guess what? You could purchase that combo on Amazon. You heard me right. You could purchase, Amazon peeped that up real quick. They peeped that and they said, look, you could pick it up on my Amazon. So you can go to Amazon right now if you want to get those two combinations from those two companies to make that combo dish that JK was talking about. And not only that, the company who owns is called the name of the company is called Niangxing C. Ltd. They trademarked Buguri and Bulgari. So Buguri is Bulguri. That's how JK had pronounced it, right? But then I guess there's another slight saying that you could say is Bulgeri. So they went to the South Korean Trademark Commission and put in a request to trademark those two names. Now, here's the thing. Army is saying, I'm Army, BTS, you know, fandoms. We're saying, how dare you do that? Because JK made that up. He suggested that name. And now you are swiping up something that he said so that you can make a profit off of it. Well, if I was JK, I'd be like, look, I'm the one who made that name. You know, it's recorded. It went viral that I made that name. You need to give me royalties. JK, I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. I'm like Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank. You need your royalty. You need to get paid every time that they sell a Bulgari dish. You need to get money off of it, JK. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Suga a little bit, shall we? Now, episode 8 of Suga's Time to Drink with Suga came out. And special guests, I was half right. Taeyeon and Jeonjun was on from Tomorrow by Together. They were on Time to Drink with Suga. And it was such a heartfelt episode because it was much like Hoshi from 17, how he told Suga they looked up to him. Taehyung and Jeonjun also said that they looked up to Suga and BTS. And something that I did not know is I remember the struggles that BTS had to go through to get to where they were. And a lot of times they went days without eating. Well, not days without eating, but you know, they didn't eat a lot. And they will work 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. They'll be outside in the park practicing their routines because where they were at in the beginning, the house that they practiced in had low ceilings, so they couldn't practice their athletic routines. And so they had to go out to the park to do it. Not long after that came Tomorrow by Together. So Hitman Bang had also put them together through big hit music. There was no high back then. It was just big hit music. And I remember, you know, in the interview that Suga was talking to them about how they were saying that they thought that you know, they wouldn't make it to the point where they are now. And that was their hope and their dream. And they're glad that they got to where they're at now. They felt big pressure because, you know, they often were called the little brothers to BTS. And look where they're at now. They are selling out stadiums. They say if you go to this stadium in South Korea, then that means you've arrived. And they said that they would, you know, do small arenas and small stadiums, but not the big domes, you know. And Suga told them, he said, well, we used to do clubs. And I remember looking at Taehyung and Jeonjung, and they was like, what? You did clubs? He said, yeah, where there were like 200 people. We actually did clubs. Then we did arenas, and then we did the big domes and the big stadiums where there are 22,000+ people. But that started off and them working and doing sets in clubs. Let that sink in. So you never know what someone has to go through to make it until you actually talk to them. You just never know, right? So they did put in their hard work. And Tomorrow by Together, when Taehyung and Jeonjung was talking about how, you know, a lot of times they would, you know, make their pop, you know, like they would go get some pop and they would fill it up with water to make the pop last longer, the flavored drinks last longer. And they said one day that Suga, you know, brought them some chicken or brought them something to eat. And they said, well, why are you being so nice to us? And Suga was like, why wouldn't I? You know, he remembers what it was like not having stuff to eat. And so he was just paying it forward. And so they was like, we just want to make you guys proud. And Suga was like, I want you to pay it forward. You don't have to pay me back. You don't have to pay me back with food or with money. You pay it forward and help another group out like I helped you out. And that speaks volumes to Suga. Like, you know, he's not looking for anything in return. He just wants people to do well. But something that he said really caught my attention. He said, hard work is a talent. And he mentioned that more than once, by the way. He said, hard work is a talent. He said, it's a talent to practice. It's a talent to be disciplined. Not everyone can do it. And I'm not going to lie. I'm one of those people that I'm still working on that talent of working hard. You know, I see my daughter all the time. That girl, she does have a talent for working hard. She does. Not a moment goes by that she doesn't work. Because like I said, she's in the industry too. And she is always working, like always. I want to be like that, right? That's how I want to do with my K-pop podcast. I want to be working so hard in my K-pop podcast that I am on that level of my daughter and I'm on that level of BTS. And now TXT, because they're on that level too. So, and most K-pop artists do work on that level. But something that is going to stick with me from that interview that they did together is hard work is a talent. So if nothing else, you guys, take that. If you take nothing else from this podcast, remember that hard work is a talent. Okay, so moving on from that. So Suga's D-Day. Oh, and by the way, if you guys haven't seen it yet, you guys already know. I'm going to put the link in my description box of that particular episode from Time to Drink with Suga. Okay, so Suga revealed his track list, and it's 10 songs for his D-Day album. It's 10 songs. It will be released on April 21st, and J-Hope co-wrote 2 of the songs. Whoa, you know, I almost cried because when I saw J-Hope's name, as we know, he's going into the military. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but he co-wrote like H-U-H question mark exclamation. And he also co-wrote the song Life Goes On. So congratulations to J-Hope and Suga for that. And then I noticed that Suga worked with this producer called El Capitexen. Is E-L then C-A-P-I-T-X-N. El Capitexen. And then he also worked with Kim Woo-sung of The Rose. And if you guys don't know who The Rose is, it's a band. It's a South Korean-based band. Beautiful songs they make. And then he also worked with the late Oscar-winning composer Ryuichi Sakamoto. Ryuichi Sakamoto makes some beautiful songs. And then, of course, IU. So you guys, Suga didn't come to play. Suga came to break down the walls. Like, I can't wait to hear this album. I know he released a teaser film album, a teaser film today at the time of me filming this. And I can't wait to go watch it. I didn't have a chance to watch it because I had to film this. But you guys, there's something else I want to talk to you guys about, though. Billboard said, quote, releasing his album under his name, August D, was a trial. It's not a trial, you guys. He released his other stuff under August D, and it was phenomenally recognized. Like, he did D2. You remember his mixtape D2? And his other mixtape called August D, simply titled August D. We knew who he was. So I disagree with Billboard's comment saying that releasing this album as August D is a trial for him. It's not a trial for him. It's already been proven that people know August D as Suga. Now, whether America is just out catching on to it, that remains to be seen. But people in the K-pop world or people who follow BTS, we already know that August D is another name for Suga. So I have to disagree with that. And then last but not least about Suga, he was in Marie Claire magazine and, you know, looking fine as normal. Okay, moving on. J-Hope, since we just talked about J-Hope, I am reporting on a, you know, more grounded note that he is reporting to the military on April 18th for 5 weeks of basic training. And I'm personally not going to say where, even though it was announced where. I just don't want to be that person to say where he's going to be at and then contribute to people showing up when they shouldn't be. You guys, please let him and his family and BTS members have their privacy so that, you know, J-Hope can have a peaceful entry into the military. He did say he is going on Vlive sometime this week to talk to Army and his fans one last time before he goes in. So please respect that privacy that Big Hit is requesting of everyone, and on Weverse and Hive is requesting. Please respect that. Okay. Moving on. Kim Tae-young, VVV, Kim Tae-young. He was on the Vlive with his dog. They call him the 8th member of BTS. And he played a song in the background doing that Vlive too. And everybody was trying to figure out what's the name of that song. And I think he called it Maybe. Maybe that was the name of the song, maybe. But he said that he won't release it for 10 years. And we was just like, He does that a lot, you guys. Have you noticed that? He'll be playing a song in the background, or he'll like showcase a song that hasn't been released. And he'll be like, I don't like it. I'm not going to release it. I just want you guys to hear it. He does that a lot. But that's what's been up with him. And he's still promoting behind the scenes Vinny's Kitchen. If you hadn't seen it yet, it's on Amazon Prime. So you guys go watch it, support him. He's not singing right now, but he's acting. He's doing his reality stuff. So we support him. And then Jimin was in New York speaking with Vogue. He's also in that new Tiffany & Company ad for the hardware line. And just want to give you a little trivia on him. Jimin is the first K soloist with the Jimin is the first K soloist with the RIAJ platinum certification for a foreign album. So congratulations, Jimin. And he has the longest running #1 for a Korean K-pop soloist and longest charting soloist inside top 10. And that's among many other records that Jimin set with his Face album and the songs from it. So congratulations. And he recently talked about, with Vogue, he talked about Mr. Kim Jones. Mr. Jones, as you know, not Mr. Jones, but as you know, Jimin is the ambassador, global ambassador for Christian Dior, right? Okay, so he is also working with Kim Jones, who styles him. What I didn't know, and Kim Jones is now the artistic director for Dior's men's line. What I didn't know was that Mr. Kim Jones used to be the stylist behind all of BTS's wardrobe. Didn't know that. He put together looks for BTS. So wow, that's amazing. So that's just a little trivia knowledge that I didn't know. I just wanted to share with you guys. Wasn't sure if you knew that either. Okay, and then we got 2 more members to talk about. RM, he's just relaxing. There's really nothing to show from RM. He's just been putting out his IG stories and enjoying his partnership with Bottega Veneta. And Jen is in the military. We really haven't heard anything much from Jen. So there you have it. That is your BTS news. Coming up is the last segment of the podcast called K Releases and K Vibes. So sit back and relax. Don't go anywhere. The last segment of this podcast is coming up next. Welcome back to that K-pop talk, and this is the last segment of my podcast called K Releases / K Vibes. First up are K Releases, and there's 5 music video releases that had just come out within the past week or 2 that I want to talk with you about, and here they are. The first one is called Giddy by Kpop, and it's a nice traditional female K-pop sound, a nice traditional female K-pop video that fits right in line with Kpop's aesthetic, because that's their sound, that's who they are, and it's called Giddy. So if you want to take a look at it, as you guys know, of all my music videos I speak on, I will put the link in the description box in my YouTube. Okay, so Giddy by Kpop, they have this chorus that's very catchy. Once you hear it, you just say it over and over and over again. So congratulations to Kpop on their music video. Another one is the follow-up to Kitsch by IVE called I Am. Now, IVE never disappoints, or Ivy, they never disappoint, right? Their Kitsch video is a banger, and this one's no different. The high notes in this music video is off the chain. The girls can sing. There's nothing else I need to say about them. You guys already know. IVE, Ivy, I Am, link in the description box. Suga and IU for People Part 2. I don't even need to say anything. You guys already know. Like, that's my vibe. It's going to be in my K-pop vibe. I'm sorry. I gave that one away. Yes, he's one of them. This is one of them. Suga and IU, you just can't disappoint. They never disappoint. When they did 8, it was a beautiful collaboration. This is no different. It's very sultry. It's very old school hip hop, like East old school hip hop vibe. And it's very sultry, very soft, it just relaxes you. And I love the messaging behind it. So congratulations to Suga and IU. This is a beautiful collab, a beautiful song. And Suga said that maybe a part 3, because he did People Part 1 by himself, and now there's a People Part 2, and he's saying that there could be a People Part 3. So we'll just have to, wait and see in the future. Okay, so now the 4th person I want to talk about music video is Panic by Loren. Now, you guys heard me mention Loren several times, and I mentioned him 2 weeks ago, and I said, quote me, that he has the potential to be big. And I'm telling you, I still feel that way. When I heard the follow-up music video to Folks, you remember Folks was the first one I mentioned. This is called Panic, and he reminds me, and I said this before, of Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, spitting aesthetic. Like, they just sound so much alike. And when I heard Panic, it reminded me of Nirvana meets Green Day meets Explosion in the Sky. You guys haven't heard of Green Day or Explosion in the Sky, I encourage you to listen to their music, because all of them are just hits. Like, the groups are legends. Like Green Day, you can't go wrong with Green Day. You can't go wrong with Explosion in the Sky. You definitely can't go wrong with Nirvana. So he's a mixture of all those in this new music video called Panic. Definitely one to watch. Okay, and the last one is a group called KARD, K-A-R-D. Never heard of them. And if you guys know me by now, if you've been, following me on my podcast, if I don't know a name of a group, I go and research them, right? If I don't know about them. And I really like this K-pop dance, electronic dance song called Without You. Very catchy. So I did some research on them. So KARD made their, this is actually their comeback month. They're a South Korean co-ed group. So I guess they're co-ed K-pop groups. Didn't know that. So they're a co-ed group. They're 2 guys, 2 girls, and they're formed by DSP Media. And I've heard DSP Media before. I forgot who else they rep, but I have heard their name before. The 4 members are J-Seth, BM, Somin, and Jiwoo. They debuted on July 19th, 2017. So they've been out for 6 years. Wow. Didn't know that. Like, this is my first time running across them, and they're pretty good. Their genre is K-pop, electronic dance, dance hall, tropical house, which I've never heard before. So I'm gonna have to research that, and hip hop. And they just released a remix. And the remix, I always pronounce his name wrong. Aoki, I think his name is, the Aoki remix. Aoki's on everybody's remix. He's on G-Idol, he's on BTS, he on everybody's remix. Aoki is just the man. Like, whatever he touches turns to gold, platinum, silver, all the metals and minerals and diamonds. Whatever it is he touches, it turns into that. He's the man. And that concludes the K releases. Now for K vibes, there's actually 3 of them. 3 K vibes that I've been listening to a lot, or it keeps playing over in my head. And hopefully you guys will add one of those songs to your K-pop playlist. One of them, of course, you guys already know, Suga, People Part 2. I keep listening to it. It's just one of those feel-good songs that I really, really appreciate. The second one is On the Street. I'm going back to J-Hope On the Street again with J. Cole, because he's going into the military. And, on Tuesday he reports. And, because of that, I just been thinking about him a lot. So I've been playing On the Street, because that keeps my spirit lifted, knowing that the second member of BTS is going into the military. And I don't know how I feel about that right now. Because right now, with Jin being gone, it's like, okay, only 1 member is gone. The other 6 members are holding him down, right? But now with J-Hope going in, it's only 5 members now holding 2 people down. And what's going to happen when the 3rd one goes in, and it's 4 holding 3 down, and then 3 holding 4 down? And then what happens when it becomes you're the last one going in and all the rest of them are there? How are you feeling? And who's that last person going to be? Because I will say this on my closing remarks and notes before I go into the next K vibe, the last K vibe. With BTS, right? And I'm saying this because I am Army. And probably the other artists too in the K-pop industry who all have to go into the military. It must be wearing on you as the last one going in that, okay, now is my time. I have to go in, because now that support system that you had as far as your brothers, they're all in the military, right? So now you feel that you going in could be one or 2 things. One is like a relief because you're going in because now you're doing what your other brothers in your group are doing, right? And I mean brothers as in kinship. Or one is like you're overwhelmed because you've been out here in the civilian world with no support. And so now it's like you're going in and you feel like you still have no support because no one is seeing you going to the military. No one is sending you off. No one is hugging you before you go in, right? At least the one before that one was able to hug at least one member before they go in. But if you're the last one going in, no one is hugging you from your group going in. You're going in solo. And I'm still trying to figure out who that person is going to be with BTS, because now that Jungkook is making music, that means he's trying to get his music out there too. So as far as we know, the only one who has not made any music right now is V. Everyone else has made something. And like I said, Jungkook is working on his music right now. That is a known fact. So V is the only one that's sort of holding out right now. So we know when V comes out with music, then it definitely means that all of them are getting ready to go in. So that's just food for thought. That's just BTS. You can equate that with any group, how they may feel. 17 is coming up. They're going to start trickling in. I've always talked about, certain members coming in and out of the military. You've heard me on the podcast say such and such got out or such and such is going in. So it's not just BTS I'm concentrating on. I do talk about BTS more because, again, you guys, I am Army and BTS is all I knew since 2020. You guys will hear me talk about that at least once per podcast. So, but I do, love all the K-pop groups. I do respect all the K-pop groups. And that's why I do this. That's why I do K-pop talk. That's why I do that K-pop talk, you guys, because of my love for the whole population of K-pop. Okay, so the last K-vibe. Can you guess what that is? Can you guess what it is? I'm going to give you a hint. Dollar bills. How I feel. Lisa Money. You didn't see that coming, did you? When I went over all the milestones that Blackpink has done, right? And I was writing up my stuff. It kept going through my mind. Drop that money, the money talk. I just kept thinking about that song and I could not get it out of my cranium. So that is my third K vibe of the week. Money by Lisa. You remember, K vibe could be something new or old. It does not have to be something that was just released. We save that for K releases. Well, there you have you guys. Tune in next week. We can do this all over again for the latest and greatest in news and reviews of Korean popular music. Once again, my name is Denise, and see you next time because you already know it's about that K-pop talk. I'll see you next week.